everyone! Today I wanted to come on with some different tips and tricks that can help you finish your writing project. Currently on my YouTube channel we're doing a 14-day finish your writing project challenge, and it's really exciting because we're on day 2 currently. But I wanted to come on here with a pep talk to kind of share some things that you can do to finish your writing project. And these are things that you can incorporate into your lifestyle, whatever kind of lifestyle you have. Let's jump into the 7 things that you can do to finish your writing project. First off, writing sprints. And a lot of you guys probably know what writing sprints are already. Look at Luna, he's joining us. A lot of you guys probably know what writing sprints are by now. I've done quite a few writing sprints here on my YouTube channel as well. And I have some live writing sprints coming up here in August, so I'll be sure to share that link up above if you'd like to join in and see when we're doing those. But writing sprints are really just timed writing sessions that you can do by yourself, or you can do it with a friend. So for my live writing sprints, I go on currently for an hour, and I do 2 30-minute writing sprints. So basically I set the timer for 30 minutes and then I write. I write as much as I can in that 30 minutes. So that is something that really helps, because in that forced amount of time that you're working on that project, you're just thinking about the story, and you're writing, and you're typing, and you're getting words written. Like yesterday when I got almost 2,000 words. I think it was more like 1,800 words altogether. But yeah, so when you do that, it kind of forces you to get a lot of words down. Plus, if you're doing it with other people, there's that healthy competition of like, okay, oh my gosh, the clock is ticking, and Sarah's got this many words probably, and she's typing over there, and Julie's over there typing, and how many does she have? I need to keep typing. And you can kind of have like a friendly competition between everyone trying to get the most words, which is a lot of fun too. Number 2 is drop something. And I don't mean just like drop your responsibilities and run away. I mean drop something like, do you watch a lot of TV? I know how much it's enjoyable just to jump into a TV show and forget about the world, because it's kind of a mess, isn't it? So I completely know what it's like when it comes to that, because let me tell you, my husband and I were chronic TV bingers. Like, we loved our TV shows, we loved our movies, and we would just like, as soon as Yolan came home from work and as soon as I came home from work, we would just sit in front of the TV for the rest of the night. And we also sat down there and ate in front of the TV, which is something we've changed. And honestly, tell you the truth, in the last 6 months, we have barely watched TV. Like, barely. And I'm so happy that we haven't watched TV much lately, because, I mean, I think in the last 6 months, we probably haven't even watched 10 hours of TV. I mean, we haven't even watched probably 6 hours. I mean, that's how much we have not been watching TV. Anyway, so what we've been doing instead is we have a nice sitting room, and our living room is like really cozy and comfy, a bunch of pillows on our couch, and it's just cozy. And I think that we spend a lot more time upstairs in our living room than we do in the family room, which has the TV downstairs, because we recently renovated the upstairs, and it just looks cozy and it feels so comfy when we're there and everything. So we've just been reading a lot. Like, I've been reading a lot of books this year. So far, I've read about 41 books, and that's a new record. Like, my goal for the year was 60 books, but at this rate, I'm going to read more than 60 by the end of the year, which is crazy. But anyways, my point here is drop something. So if you are a chronic TV watcher, like my husband and I were, just decide that you're going to just drop it for a while. You know, sometimes it's hard to cut cold turkey, so I mean, maybe on certain days allow yourself to watch a couple shows, but there's that other way of doing it where it's cold turkey. Cut it cold turkey and replace it with a good habit. So, like for me, I was replacing it with reading. But since this is a video about getting your writing done in 14 days, replace it with your writing. Replace it with your writing. And sit down and get words written in the amount of time that you would have spent watching TV. So like maybe every night you watch 2 hours of TV. That time could be used to write. Each habit that you practice is a stepping stone into the right direction to achieve your goals and dreams. Yes, so number 2, drop it. Drop something. Or maybe, if you think of it, there's other things that you might like to do. Maybe you're a gamer. Maybe they're just like the fun things that we love to do that yet they kind of steal our time stealers. So take a look at your life and see what kind of time stealers you have seen in your life, and use that to get rid of one of those or a couple of those things and use it to write. So number 3 is, are you a really busy person? Do you work a 9 to 5 or have countless children and are just running a ton of errands all the time? Well, this is a really cool one. If you have a smartphone, you can actually open up your voice to text and you can talk it into your notes. So this will definitely require some heavy editing later, but you'll kind of be able to tell. You'll be able to tell what you kind of said, but you'll have to edit some things here or there. So yes, you'll just open up your notes app and then you'll start voice to text and get all your ideas out as much as you can. Kind of like a brain dump. It's really useful for like when you're driving and you're like, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and then it just keeps writing it all, and you don't even have to look at it. Then you can close your phone and put it away until you have 5 minutes later. But usually it's in those 5 minutes throughout the day that are really useful, because sometimes there's just moments that we're waiting, when you're waiting in line at the grocery store, or you're waiting at the soccer field, or waiting for your kids to get out at school, or all those things add up, those waiting moments, like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there, and then it equals about 25 minutes by the end of the day, or even half an hour or an hour, depending on how much you waited that day. So use that time. And plus, if you don't want to get embarrassed by talking to your phone in front of people, I totally get that. Just type it in your phone. Another thing other people like to do is record themselves. So this one kind of goes in with point number 3 with voice to text, but instead later you're going to have to type it all out or pay someone to type it out. But what you can do is you can record yourself whenever you're talking on your voice recording app on your phone, and then later you'll be able to listen to it and write it all down. And then I've found that when I'm writing down the notes that I recorded, I end up getting more ideas and actually writing more down than I had before. So I'm getting more words in, which is always good, right? Number 4, use some kind of an outline. And I know. I used to think I was a pantser, so it was easy for me to think, I'm not an outliner, so this isn't going to help me at all. But there's different types of outlines. There's the snowflake method, which I'll point a video here. Go check it out. I also did an interview with him about his snowflake method, which is awesome. Go check that out. There's, of course, the Save the Cat Writes a Novel beat sheet, which are 15 story beats. Go check that out here. When it comes to outlining, I like to think of it as a guidebook. When you go on a trip and you have a guidebook, and you think, oh, I'm going to go there, and he's cleaning his foot. That's just hilarious. Oh, goodness. Luna, you're so distracting sometimes. You're so distracting. Yeah. But anyways, so I like to think of outlining as a guidebook. So you can follow it. You can, I'm going to go there in England. I'm going to go see that. I'm going to go see Big Ben. I'm going to see this, that, and everything. But then once you get there, maybe you decide, well, I was going to go to the Parliament building, but I think I'm going to walk across the bridge and get a coffee and walk along the Thames, and then kind of see where I want to go from there. So you can kind of change your route as you go. So that's the great thing about having an outline. You sort of know the skeleton of where you're going, but when you get there, you can change your route. Change the route a little bit and go off this way and do something different, and then come back or do something completely different. Sometimes it changes as you go. But I always like to share that because that's how I do it. And I always thought when you have an outline, you have to follow every single thing. But I think of it as more of a guidebook where you're like, over here, and then you decide to wander off over here. And so it's really a lot less stressful for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Number 5. So I love this one, you guys. I write in Scrivener. So number 5 is leave yourself inline annotations for notes inside of Scrivener. So how you can do this is like you're writing, you're writing, and all of a sudden you think of something that you want to research. And it's so easy to jump into your Google and start searching and waste 2 hours researching, right? So when you're writing, leave yourself an inline annotation, which I'm going to show you that here in a second, how to do that in Scrivener. It's amazing. I love it, and it's changed my writing. So basically, you do that, and you open the inline annotation, you leave yourself a note. So maybe it's research, or it's an inline annotation note for editing, something that you want to change with your next round over. It's a really great way of saving yourself time, because if you add up all the time that you've lost by going back to somewhere else in the manuscript to add something or change something, by the end of the project you might change it back. So just leave yourself notes throughout your manuscript, and this will make it so much easier. Now I'm going to show you how to add the inline annotations to Scrivener. Scrivener is an amazing program. Oh my gosh, if you have not used it yet, be sure to give it a try. I will put in the description below a link that you can have a 30-day free trial, and it's amazing. You guys need to check it out. Scrivener is an amazing program. So here, this is how you add inline annotations in Scrivener. Okay, so I open up a new document thing here, and I start typing to tell my story. I am telling my story to the awesome peeps on YouTube, where we are talking about wonderful ways, 7 of them, to finish a writing project in 14 days. Woohoo! So say that I don't really know what the 7 ideas are. I can leave myself a note right here. So I'd go up to insert, and then I'll come down to inline annotation. I'll click here, and then I can write myself a note. Look up 7 different ways to finish a writing project. And then to end the inline annotation, you go to insert again and you click it again, and that'll end it. So if you want to keep typing, it would end it. Number 6 is get yourself an accountability partner. This works for so many areas in your life, like health. It works for personal development, becoming a better person, better habits. It works so well. So getting yourself an accountability partner for writing is wonderful, because you can check in. I've also done writing sprints with my accountability partner. So where you check in and say, hey, I got this many words today, or how's your writing going? Or you can even check each other's words, like after if you're like, okay, by this time at the end of the day, every single day of this 14-day challenge, I'll send you my word count, just so that you can keep each other accountable, that you keep moving forward. That's what's so great about having an accountability partner. Last but not least, number 7 is challenge yourself with some type of a challenge like this, where you write a book in 14 days, or you finish a writing project in 14 days, or you finish a collection of poetry or short stories in 14 days. It is difficult, but having challenges is a great way to push yourself and make yourself finish something in a shorter amount of time. So I hope you enjoyed the 7 tips to help you finish a writing project in 14 days. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications if you'd like to see videos like this in the future, where we're talking about writing, productivity, and getting your writing projects finished. Bye! See you next time!